Josie is carefully crafting a wedding bouquet for her dear friend Emma, whom she has known since their college days. Emma is marrying the love of her life, Ted, and Josie wants the bouquet to be perfect. She takes her time as she arranges each strand of flowers, selecting beautiful red roses that hold a special meaning. They were the first flowers Ted gave to Emma. To add a unique touch, she incorporates feathers and a piece of leftover silk from Emma's wedding dress. Making handmade bouquets is a cherished tradition in Josie's family, so it feels like the right thing to create one for her friend's big day. Although Josie is not currently in a relationship, she has always been a romantic at heart and yearns for the experience of true love, marriage, and romance. As the chief bridesmaid, she visits Emma's house to deliver the bouquet and check on the wedding preparations. Upon arriving at the house, she runs into Alex, her best male friend from college, who is assisting Ted with carrying some boxes. Once inside, she is delighted to see that Athena is already there and that the entire squad has gathered. Emma is thrilled to receive the bouquet, which she cannot stop admiring. Josie informs her that whoever catches the flower is the next to be married. As they all gather around the table for brunch, hosted by Emma and Ted, Ted inquires about Josie's family's bouquet business, to which Josie responds that it's more of a hobby than a formal business. During the conversation, the group discusses the seating arrangements for the upcoming wedding. They decide to seat Josie and Alex on opposite sides of the hall to encourage mingling with potential partners, as they are the only remaining singles in the group. When the idea of seating Josie and Alex on separate sides of the hall is suggested, they both protest, insisting that they're not interested. However, Athena then asks when either of them last went out on a date with a potential partner. Both Josie and Alex are unable to give a satisfying answer, explaining that their work keeps them too busy to date anyone. Emma tells Josie she's always looking for a sign to tell her she has found Mr. Perfect. Josie says she admires that both Emma and Athena have found their soulmate, and that's the same thing she wishes for. She wants her love to be like a romantic movie script inspired by fate, where you find the right person and just know. They end the brunch and everyone heads out, Athena and her boyfriend Brian, Josie and Alex, while Ted and Emma see them off. Josie realizes she forgot her sunglasses and goes inside to pick them up. Emma and Alex find themselves alone. Emma turns to him with a mischievous smile and playfully asks how long he's been in love with Josie. Caught off guard, Alex responds with surprise, admitting that he didn't realize his feelings were that obvious. Emma presses him, wondering why he's never shared his feelings with Josie before. Alex confesses that he's scared that asking her out could ruin their close friendship. Emma encourages him to take the risk and express his true feelings to Josie. Alex reveals that he's already composing a letter to tell her how he feels. They both see Josie coming and end their discussion. Today's the wedding day. Emma looks stunning in her beautiful wedding gown as she stands by the mirror. Her bridesmaids, Athena and Josie, can't help but compliment her on how gorgeous she looks. As Josie hands over the bouquet to Emma, she reminds her to throw it to Athena since she's in a serious relationship and next in line to get married. Excitedly, Athena shares with the girls that she may be getting engaged soon as she recently found an engagement ring in her boyfriend Brian's closet. The girls cheer and express their joy at the news. At the wedding hall, guests are seated and servers move around with trays of champagne glasses. Athena, Josie, Brian, and Alex sit at a round table, admiring the romantic wedding setting. Suddenly, Alex receives a cue to deliver his speech as the best man. He stands up and pulls out his written notes from his pocket. Josie reassures him that his write-up is perfect and he has got this. She can sense that he is a bit tense up. Alex takes the microphone and introduces himself as the best man. He starts his speech by mentioning that Ted, the groom, is his cousin and proudly takes credit for introducing the couple. Alex talks about how perfectly matched Emma and Ted are, but his gaze keeps drifting towards his best friend Josie. Unbeknownst to anyone but Emma, Alex is deeply in love with Josie and plans to confess his feelings to her at the wedding. He concludes his speech, and the newlyweds and guests start dancing. However, as Alex turns around to find Josie, he spots her in a conversation with a male guest, and a wave of jealousy washes over him. As Josie is dancing at the wedding reception, she accidentally bumps into a handsome guest. She quickly apologizes, and he responds with a smile, introducing himself as Will Forsyth. Josie takes note of how well-mannered and charming he is as he asks her for a dance. Instead of dancing, Josie suggests they get a drink, and Will signals a server with a tray of champagne. He shares with Josie that his dad and Ted's dad do business together, which impresses her. They continue their conversation, and Josie finds herself enjoying his company. Will and Josie engage in a conversation about work, and Will is impressed to learn that Josie is a founder of a non-profit study hall club. Meanwhile, Alex sits in the corner, watching Josie and Will. When the newlyweds come close to where he's seated, Alex asks who the smooth-talking guy with Josie is. Ted tells him that Will comes from an influential family of lawyers. Brian, who is seated near Alex, chimes in and suggests that Will might be Josie's Mr. Perfect after all. The most awaited moment of the wedding has arrived, the bouquet throwing. According to legend, whoever catches the bouquet will be the next to get married. Since Emma is in a serious relationship, everyone expects her to catch it. Emma turns her back to the ladies and throws the bouquet. To everyone's surprise, it lands directly on Josie's lap, and she catches it. Everyone is shocked, and Josie is visibly surprised herself. Josie is at her office, thinking about the event that happened at the wedding and how she believes whoever catches the bouquet is the next to be married. Suddenly, Alex walks in to see her. He says he was around the building and decides to invite her out for lunch. Josie is happy to see Alex, but as she stands to go, her secretary informs her of a call from the office. It is the CEO of Colossal Insurance offering sponsorship for her project. They both reschedule the lunch date for Sunday. Alex doesn't seem happy about it. In this scene, Athena is excitedly showing her engagement ring to Josie, who asks her to tell her everything, sparing no detail. Athena narrates how Brian suggests they go for a walk in the park by the duck pond, then gets on one knee and pulls out the ring box. She says that unfortunately, he fumbles the ring, and it falls into the duck pond, so they have to call someone to fish it out. Although she admits she doesn't really like the ring, she is still thrilled to start planning the wedding and honeymoon vacation. The next scene shows Will walking up to her and commending her on the pitch presentation. He says he is happy to see her again. He said he wanted to ask for her number but would rather ask for a date instead. He asks if she is free on Friday, and she says yes. On the date, they walk through the woods eating ice cream. He says he would love to know the real Josie better. She smiles and responds that she is a sucker for anything romantic. Old black and white movies, love songs, and playful banter. Josie notices they are close to a river, so she gives him a pebble and asks him to make a wish and throw it in the water. He inquired if she believes in such things, and she said she does. They both throw their pebbles in the water and walk back to their cars. With how broadly he smiles, Josie can tell Will is into her. The next day, Alex and Josie hang out in the park with plans for a picnic. Alex has been harboring feelings for Josie for some time, and he is hoping to use this opportunity to express them. He has been composing a letter, but he is yet to finish it up. Nevertheless, he intends to reveal his emotions to her today. Alex asks Josie about her pitch to secure funding by the insurance company, and she responds that will help facilitate it, resulting in getting the funding. She also mentions that she had a fantastic time with Will yesterday on their date. Alex appears crestfallen upon hearing this news, as it seems that Josie is quite taken with Will. In fact, she even requested that he goes on a date. She offers to help Alex create a dating profile, recognizing that he may need a little help in this area. The scene unfolds with Alex paying a visit to Josie at the apartment she shares with Athena. During their conversation, Josie asks for Alex's details to set up a dating profile for him. Suddenly, Brian walks in with Athena and his mother in tow. Brian wastes no time in announcing that they have managed to secure a hall for their upcoming wedding, with the gracious help of his mother, who has generously offered to foot the entire wedding bill. Josie is preparing for her date with Will. She heads over to his office, where she learns that their reservation for a sushi date has been canceled. However, Will quickly comes up with an alternative plan and suggests an indoor picnic instead. Josie is impressed by this and commends him, stating that an indoor picnic is a unique and adventurous idea. He tells her that he didn't know what she might like, so he ordered a little bit of everything. As he unpacks the food, she pulls out a pair of chopsticks from the bag, admitting that she's terrible at using them. They have both had a wonderful time together, and she leaves early, as she has plans to go wedding gown shopping with Athena the following morning. At the wedding dress fitting, Athena tries on various gowns, while Emma and Josie are there to support her. Josie reveals to her friends that she thinks Will might be the right guy for her. They are both happy for her and her new friendship, but their conversation is interrupted by the sudden entrance of Brian's mother. They were all surprised to see her. Josie goes to the next room and calls Alex, needing to see him to discuss something important, and needs his output. She wants to see him somewhere where they can talk, but Alex says he isn't free as he has a date today. Josie says she understands and asks him to have fun. Alex is with the date he matched on a dating site. Their date is a little awkward as they both confess to being out of dating for a while. Alex offers they both go listen to some live music, which she say agree to. Few days later, Will invites Josie to the company's networking meeting and sends her a bouquet of flowers. She attends the event where she's introduced to members of the insurance company. Later, Josie remembers that she has plans to meet Alex at the winery. At the winery, they play a game of cornhole and have a good time. Josie tells Alex about the series of events that have occurred since Athena's engagement to Brian. She mentions that Brian almost lost the ring in the pole on the engagement day, and Athena accidentally ripped her wedding gown during the fittings. Josie also shares her concern about Brian's mother's enthusiasm in the couple's affairs. She believes that these events could be bad omens, especially since she caught the wedding bouquet instead of Athena. Alex assures Josie that she's overthinking and tells her not to worry. With a curious tone, Josie asks Alex about his previous date. Alex smiles, surprised that she's only asking now, and shares that the date went well. He's happy that he hit it off with someone on the first try. He didn't think it would be that easy. Josie asks if he's planning to see her again. He reveals that they've already had a second date. Josie feels that's too soon, but Alex doesn't think so. He points out that Josie seems to be hitting it off with Will in a similar way. She tells him that she feels she has found her ideal wedding gown. Alex looks at her in surprise, saying she sounds like she's moving too fast. She says she may bring Will here as he would love the serenity of the environment. Alex isn't happy with hearing she's an item with Will. He has always wished to tell her how he feels, but the perfect time never seems to come, and he always pretends to be okay. Instead of telling her about his feelings, he says he may bring Marissa, his date, to this place. Once he said that he knew he wouldn't have. Then Josie suggests they both go on a double date. Herself and Will, Alex and Marissa. Alex is deeply disappointed by Josie's proposal of a double date. Despite his unwavering feelings for her and his certainty that he is the right person for her, his persistent fear of rejection holds him back from confessing his emotions. The mere thought of watching the woman he's been secretly longing for with another man is unbearable, and he is convinced that the double date is a disaster waiting to happen. To clear his head, he decides to pay a visit to Emma and Ted. They warmly welcome him inside, and as they catch up, Alex shares that he has applied for a job. However, if he is offered the position, he will have to relocate to Chicago without delay. Ted excuses himself to do laundry, giving Emma and Alex a chance to be alone. As Emma cleans the dining table, she looks up at Alex and informs him that Josie had told her about the proposed double date. Emma is surprised that Alex hasn't shared his feelings with Josie yet. Alex responds that Josie appears to be serious about her relationship with Will, and he doesn't want to interfere. Emma advises Alex not to give up on his feelings for Josie if he truly loves her. She suggests that he should go for it. However, Alex is uncertain, considering Marissa is a nice person and if he gets the job in Chicago, he'll have to move. He concludes that maybe it's for the best if he doesn't pursue Josie. The four of them are enjoying a double date at the exclusive Chez restaurant. Josie and Will are already seated when Alex and Marissa arrive. Marissa is surprised they were able to secure a reservation, as the restaurant is notoriously difficult to book. Josie boasts that Will is a master of making the impossible possible. They are all getting to know each other, and Alex shares that he is currently into environmental development and designing parks. Josie talks about how close she was and still is with her friends from college. As they both reminisce about their time in college, Will and Marissa start to feel uncomfortable. Marissa can tell that Alex and Josie's relationship is more than just friendship. After the dinner date, they all walk out of the restaurant and Josie spots a shooting star. She closes her eyes and makes a wish. Alex is standing behind her and asks what she wished for. She smiles and tells him that she can't say. They each make their way to their respective cars, and as they walk, Marissa tells Alex that she senses a deeper connection between him and Josie beyond friendship. She wonders if he is emotionally involved with her because she hoped that their relationship could be something more. Alex is silent as he knows that Marissa is aware of his feelings for Josie. He doesn't answer her question but offers to drive her home. Josie comes back from her date to find her roommate Emma on the couch, sobbing. She goes over to where Emma sits and inquires what is making her sad. Emma, amidst tears, tells her that there was a fire at the country club, and the ballroom, the proposed reception for her upcoming wedding, is ruined. Josie's heart breaks for her friend when Emma tells her that the hall will take months to rebuild, and they would have to postpone the wedding. Emma's wedding bouquet, which she placed at the table, catches her attention for a brief moment. Feeling a nagging sense that Emma's wedding might not happen as planned, she pushes the thought to the back of her mind. Emma shares that she feels like the bouquet was a sign that she shouldn't get married. Josie dismisses this quickly, assuring her that she will get married no matter what and that she shouldn't let her superstitions about the wedding bouquet affect her psyche. Josie also reminds Emma that she tends to be superstitious and a dreamer, sometimes believing in unrealistic things. Emma then asks about Josie's relationship with Will, and Josie responds that things are good. But Emma senses that there might be an issue, and asks if there's something bothering her in the relationship. She confides in Emma that everything with Will seems perfect, but she isn't sure of him yet. Will and Josie are hanging out at the park, watching a movie. Josie brings a black coffee for him and tries to initiate a conversation, but he seems pretty busy on his phone, which makes her feel a little uncomfortable. He looks at her and puts down the phone, promising no more phones. They both talk about the movies they have seen. He tells her he wants to get married one day. Josie says she shares the same thought. These past few days, Josie has a nagging feeling that Will may not be the right person for her, despite all the romantic gestures and sweet words he offers. Her heart is drawn towards Alex, a feeling she's kept under control for years. At the office today, Alex surprises her by taking her to his latest project, a private park he's been working on. Josie admires what he's done with it. As they chat while taking a walk, Alex receives a call congratulating him on a job offer from Chicago. He thanks them but asks for a few days to consider his response. Alex knows this is the perfect opportunity to tell Josie how he truly feels about her. He tries to talk to her, but she asks him if he will take Marissa to Athena and Brian's engagement party. He says no because they are no longer together. Josie asks why, because she thought they were very good together. He explains that Marissa is awesome, but he couldn't picture being married to her. Curiously, she asks him if he would love to get married. He says he would love to be with the right person. Alex asks if she would marry Will if he asks her to. She says yes. She says Will checks all her boxes, and she would be crazy to say no. Alex is beyond devastated. He knows he will take the job at Chicago and maybe get over his feelings for Josie. It's Athena's engagement party, and Josie is coming to the realization that their differing philosophies on family values may be a significant issue. During their journey to Athena and Brian's engagement party, he confesses to her that he is a workaholic, much like his father before him. He reveals that his father was not present for much of his childhood and even missed his birth. It becomes obvious to Josie that he holds the same mindset as his father, prioritizing work over family. This directly opposes her own ideals and desires in a partner. The realization that they may not be compatible in this fundamental area is beginning to sink in. She feels more connected to Alex at all levels. Josie feels hurt when she overhears Brian and Ted congratulating Alex on his new job in Chicago. She is surprised because she has been with him throughout the week, even yesterday, and he never mentioned anything about a job or relocating to Chicago. Alex attempts to explain, but Josie is not interested in listening and walks away. Emma approaches Alex and questions him about not telling Josie about his feelings for her or his new job. He explains that Josie is in a relationship and he couldn't bear the thought of her being with another man. Josie walks away and realizes that she doesn't see a future with Will. She calls him aside and tells him that she was carried away by the wedding bouquet. She explains that the fantasy she had wasn't a reality. Will asks if she's breaking up with him, and she says yes, as it isn't right leading him on. Meanwhile, back at the engagement party, the party isn't going as planned. When her fiancé gives her the microphone to talk about the embarrassing situation of the ring falling into a duck pond at the engagement party, Athena walks out. Brian's mom, Donna, goes after her to console her. They all agree to postpone the wedding by 6 months. Alex decides to take Emma's advice. He finishes up the letter he's been writing to Josie, telling her how he feels from his heart. He's at the mail post and is about to post it, but on second thought, he discards it. However, someone standing nearby picks up the letter and puts it in the mail post. Josie is at her office feeling down. She's beating herself up over not telling Alex how she felt about him and leading Will on when her secretary walks in and hands her the letter. She reads it, and her heart swells with joy. Josie picks up her bag and hurries to the send-off party for Alex. She's ready to chase after the man whom she loves. As she gets there, she sees him and runs into Alex's open arms. This is the moment he has waited for all his life. At that very moment, she knows he's the perfect man for her. A few months later, they are getting married and writing their own love story. Josie admires herself in the mirror and is happy she's making this commitment with her best friend and one true love. Her friend Emma hands her the specially made bouquet, and she's grateful for the thoughtfulness that went into making it. Then she remembers when she caught the bouquet at Emma's wedding, and she smiles as she realizes the bouquet knows who to choose.